The New York Yankees are about to rob the MLB as a recent shocking report has come out, and Brian Cashman is now ready to strike for the New York Yankees in a move that will shock a lot of people. Meanwhile, we have a huge update on a Yankees infielder in DJ LeMahieu in a perfect time as there's a bunch of injuries and turmoil surrounding the Yankees infield right now, and we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and guys, if you're part of that 73% that's not subscribed to Yankees Digest, you guys have been killing it with the views and the subs recently. Let's keep it up, but let's dive into the video. There is a lot to discuss on the New York Yankees. Look, there's a lot going on right now with the New York Yankees team, and one of the big things is who Brian Cashman is going to go after at the trade market and subsequent free agency going into next season. Yes, right now the Yankees are first in the AL East by 1.5 games ahead of the Boston Red Sox as time of filming this video. Likely this video is coming out on Wednesday, so that could very well no longer be the case. However, where things stand right now on Tuesday, the Yankees are ahead in the standings. Now, basically, this has surprised people because the Yankees have blown a lot of games thanks to Devin Williams very much struggling, and also Luke Weaver having a bad game last game. Now, Weaver's earned having a bad game or two. He's been phenomenal outside of that. But the New York Yankees have been great, and their starting pitching has gotten better and better and better. And as we know, Carlos Carrasco has been DFA'd, so they've gotten rid of one of their worst pitchers as Clark Schmidt is getting back. However, he still has to find his way back as it has not been a phenomenal return from injury yet, but he'll probably get there. He is a great pitcher after all. So the Yankees pitching rotation is slowly but surely getting back into shape as Carlos Rodon has been absolutely phenomenal this season. He's now below a 3 ERA. Max Fried is the Cy Young. And then outside of that, we still have Luis Gil waiting to come back as well. So the Yankees pitching rotation has quickly gotten a lot better than what it was not too long ago. So that's a huge part of things. But also another starting pitcher who's a free agent in Michael King has spoken on playing with the New York Yankees and his interest in returning to the New York Yankees in his upcoming free agency this offseason. And King said, of course, once you get to free agency, that's what I'll start thinking about. I've got to focus on winning today. Hopefully by the end of it, I'll have all 30 teams calling me. And the of course was to being asked if he would be interested in returning to the Yankees. It's not often that you hear a guy say of course when they're interested in returning to their team. And King has even said that he convinced the Yankees to make him a starter, and it worked out for their team, saying, I told the Yankees, the only way you guys got Soto is because I was built up as a starter. The Padres are not trading for a middle reliever. So there could be some animosity for them making him a middle reliever, but at this point, nobody is going to tell Michael King that he is not a starter. Michael King has been one of the best starters in all of baseball this year. Man's 4-1 with a 1.3 WAR, a 2.09 ERA. Mind you, his career ERA is 3.11. Yeah, some of it's out of the bullpen, some of it's starting. He started 56 of the 153 games that he showed up in. The starts are all more recent. And the man has been straight up disgusting for every team he's played for. Well, both teams, in the Yankees and the San Diego Padres. He's been the best pitcher for the Padres. Now he's got a great whip of 1.009, strikeouts 46 and 8.2 innings pitched. Michael King has been a bad man this season, and he is going to get a nice little check for himself coming in the offseason. Now, we did see the pitching market was very strange. Guys like Jack Flaherty and Walker Buehler both got cheaper-ended deals that no one really expected. And it did bother me as a Yankee fan that we saw Flaherty go back to the Detroit Tigers for cheaper than the Yankees are paying Marcus Stroman. And also the same deal for Walker Buehler, getting that deal from the Boston Red Sox. I felt like the Yankees missed out on potential guys with Gerrit Cole being up in the air already because there was concern about his elbow going into the season. However, it's already happened. There's nothing we can do to change that. So there's a world where Michael King could end up finding himself in a bit of hot water in the sense of there's a lot of great pitching out there, and the pitching market has gotten very weird very quickly. Max Fried got dealt a lot of money, and same goes for Corbin Burns. So we did see it happen. We saw Blake Snell get good money, and now he's injured, and there's some real concern about Blake Snell's injury. But none of them were getting those league-breaking deals the way we saw a few years ago. So the pitching market is a little unstable right now. So it's unclear what Michael King can get, and we know Hal Steinbrenner is a little weird with money at points, saying he doesn't really want the payroll to go up any further. So this does become a situation where Brian Cashman might be able to work some Cashman magic, which would be absolutely huge for the New York Yankees. Meanwhile, right now, we saw Michael King play some excellent baseball with the Yankees when he played there, especially in his final 2 seasons with the team, starting 9 games in that 2023 season. But in 2022, he was phenomenal as well. He had a 2.29 ERA out of the bullpen in 2022. And in 2023, some starts, some bullpen games, 2.75 ERA, 2.60 ERA from 2022 to 2023 with a 10.11 ERA. Again, coming out of the bullpen, you're going to catch more losses than wins. 193 strikeouts and 7 saves in 83 appearances between 2022 and 2023. Remember, the Yankees also used him as a closer at points before they went with Clay Holmes in that 2023 season as well. So there is some of that adds on to some of the losses as well. But he was great in every role the New York Yankees used him in. Michael King showed that he's one of the better pitchers in baseball, one of the best pitchers in baseball. And because of that, the Yankees would love to have him back, especially because he understands this New York Yankees regime. He's played with a lot of these guys. It would work well for the team, and it would give them just an absolute death starting pitching rotation. I mean, you have next season, 2026, Gerrit Cole, Max Fried, Michael King, Carlos Rodon, Luis Seal. That's insane. That's elite. That's more than elite. That's unreal. Then you get to trade Clark Schmidt for something if you want to bring him back. But also Clark Schmidt's got that free agency upcoming as well, which is important to note. So the New York Yankees could find their way into an excellent, excellent situation for themselves. One thing that would be absolutely perfect for them. Now, there is more to go over with the New York Yankees as well. As we've seen, DJ LeMahieu, a man who had a batting average of .204 last season with 41 hits, 2 home runs, and 26 RBIs with 19 runs scored in 67 games last year. Had an OPS of .527 and a slugging percentage at .259. DJ LeMahieu had a rough season last year dealing with a bunch of injuries, and he started this season dealing with a bunch of injuries as well. And now we have an update from Brian Hoke about him saying that DJ LeMahieu could rejoin the Yankees on their upcoming West Coast trip. He's expected to play tomorrow for AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre, and on top of that, the focus is mainly on second base with Jazz Chisholm currently being out with that injury. Now, again, we know LeMahieu's not what he once was, and that is a concern for Yankee fans who understand that LeMahieu's probably never going to reach that player he was in, like, even 2021 compared to that 2020, 2019 guy that he was back in the day. So there is concern for sure. There should be concern, but the Yankees don't have any infield right now. I mean, they're using Jorbeat Bibas right now as their second baseman most of the time, while also using Oswald Peraza for that second base role. But the Yankees are going to want to roll with LeMahieu. The Yankees love DJ LeMahieu. They love his vibe. And even though they tried to DFA him last year, that got stopped by the players who wanted LeMahieu around because of his leadership and the veteran mentality that he brings to this New York Yankees team. So there is stuff about LeMahieu that the Yankees clearly like. And we know Brian Cashman has an affinity for older players. So he is going to want the Yankees to use LeMahieu and see if a healthy DJ LeMahieu can be very useful to this team. We've seen Aaron Boone over spring training talk about when he's healthy, I'm not betting against him. Look, I am, but if the Yankees want to try it, that's fine. I mean, Peraza has struggled to hit the ball. Bibas is very new, and I'd like to see them continue to use him. But the Yankees want another right-handed guy in there, and DJ LeMahieu bats from that right side. Now, initially, DJ was supposed to be batting out of that, or playing that third base spot, kind of in that war with Peraza and Cabrera as well. But LeMahieu went down in his first at-bat of spring training, and Cabrera beat Peraza out. So Cabrera is going to stay at third base, even though there's been a lot of concern there. Now, LeMahieu, so far, he's been in the minor leagues for a bit, and his rehab assignment, he's been good. He has an OPS of 1.188. His batting average is a .438. On-base percentage is a .500. Has a home run, which he got in the first game. Has 3 RBIs, 7 hits, and 16 at-bats. So there's a lot to like from this. It doesn't mean he's going to return and be the DJ we once all knew and loved. Probably not. But he could be a useful player in theory. He's got a very good glove at the end of the day, and if he could become a contact hitter for the Yankees once again, it would be helpful for this middle of the order, end of the order spot. I don't want him leading off, but those days should be behind us. But at the end of the day, he is still someone who could be solid for this New York Yankees team, especially when Jazz Chisholm is out, and Jazz is having a weird season with that 181 batting average, despite the fact that his OPS is all right at a 714. His slugging is good. It's a matter of just Jazz kind of finding that contact bat, something that he will find. He's got a 1.1 WAR, so he has been an efficient player thus far. Been dealing with the injuries. Also, I'm happy to announce I got my Jazz Chisholm Yankees jersey, the Jazz Chisholm Yankees Knicks jersey. I'm looking at it up on my wall, and Jazz actually gave it to me, which was pretty cool. I just was on my phone, used my ticket on my phone to get in. I just look up, and Jazz is handing me a jersey. It was pretty sick. But Jazz Chisholm's the man, is essentially what I'm saying right now. Also, I think he's taller than 5'11", but it might just be his presence and his vibe, because Jazz had a good vibe. But look, he's got to get that vibe going on the field, and I do trust that Jazz Chisholm will do that. I'm a Jazz believer. I always have been, always will be. I'm a huge fan of his game, and I do think that right now LeMahieu coming in for him is a very different look for the team, not just because he's a righty, but the vibe, the energy, and we'll see if that has an impact on the Yankees at all in any way. But with Cabrera, he's been at third base, and there's a world where if DJ plays well, the Yankees will bench Cabrera for LeMahieu. I mean, Cabrera's more of a lefty than a switch hitter at this point. The Yankees want another right-handed third baseman in there. So if DJ plays well, Cabrera has struggled a bit. He's got a 261 batting average, which is not bad at all. He's a fine end-of-the-order guy if his fielding is good, but his fielding has not been good. He's had a ton of errors thus far, and he has a 6.48 OPS, and the numbers are not great. They're not bad for the end of the order if he's an elite fielder, something he's supposed to be. But at third base, he is struggling right now. So it becomes, can he understand third base throughout this season? Or the Yankees going to look in different directions? And you have to bet LeMahieu is going to be one of those directions. But what do you guys think? Should the Yankees pursue Michael King? I guess Mike King works, but that's a bad way because the K and then the second K, it sounds like I'm saying Mike King. I'm like saying my King. Should they pursue Mike King? Should DJ LeMahieu play? Should I shut up and end the video? Let me know. Like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day and go Yankees.